Hey everyone, Pharaoh Silver here. So I heard you like rants. So here's another one for you. Um, this one is something I've been wanting to get off my chest for a few years now. And it's something that I feel like I really want to get to the heart of this a long time ago. But I've been like caught up with other things and just life in general. Um, getting this channel to grow, obviously. A lot of changes happening in my own life. So I felt like when I first started these rants, I knew exactly that one topic I was going to talk about was the evergreen criticism that seems to pop around that Atlas Earth is a scam. And it's one of those where it's gotten to a point now. I've been playing this game for over 3 years. Then again, I kind of stopped for like several months, but I've been playing this game for about 3 years, give or take. And it got to a point where it just got annoying to hear this. And part of that is because I played this game, I've made a lot of money, I've seen other people make a lot of money, but there's a lot of people that talk about that Atlas Earth doesn't pay out or Atlas Earth pays so little. And while they do have a point starting out, the reality is that it is one of those games that you kind of plant seeds and you watch them grow, and you're able to make that money later on for no effort, or very little effort, I should say. There is the boost tier stuff after all. But hearing the talk about Atlas Earth is a scam, and I'm just, because the timing of it coming out was pretty unfortunate, because it was during that big Web3 land craze that it started getting big itself, or at least it got its roots from there. And at least starting out, it seemed like it was going down that same route. And so if you thought that it was basically going to be like one of those other Web3 land games, especially with the terms and language that they were using at the time, I can't really blame you. I mean, they had plans to like have their own custom crypto token and stuff like that at the time that they were talking about. Again, these were pie in the sky things. However, when I first saw Atlas Earth, it was about a week and maybe 2 weeks after they had implemented the ad. So this ad right here. Before this, all you had was the ability to buy parcels, and that was it. And you couldn't do anything else. All right? So you basically just got one, you got one parcel of land for $5. I think they had a half price on pre-order, is what AJ told me anyway. And that was pretty much it. And people were just hoping for potential on it. It was basically like another Web3 land game. But I feel like this Google Ads here kind of changed things entirely for them. And I saw a lot of potential when I first started this channel with Atlas Earth off of this ads alone. Let me explain. So I'm going to use online here with this. So with like Web3 land apps in general, right? The way that the Web3 land apps that I've been seeing anyways work is, here's the app. By the way, don't mind my absolutely terrible drawing, please. I know I'm a terrible drawer, and I don't have a very steady hand with my mouse, even with my ergonomic left-handed mouse here. So here's the app, and here's the user. All right, so here's the user, right? And the way that they make money, basically, is getting the money from the user. Let's say dollars, like this. And then in some cases, they will give back. In some cases, they'll just like either give it back to the user. But the way that it works is that you then use the money to buy the land, and you hope that the price of this virtual land is going to go up, like a trading card. And then whatever money is left comes back to you when you try to sell it. So this is sell. This is the app. You buy here, and then you use the app to buy land. And this is how it works. Now, Atlas Earth has this as well. However, they also, I'm going to bring this here, also have an ecosystem. Can I thicken this one? Let me see here. View. I don't see anything. Well, if you can't see it here, I'll probably like put up an image on the board or something. But basically, you have the app here, you have the land here, and it has all this. They do have that, but they also have getting money from vendors or sponsors. So sponsors. And vendors. And I probably should have been using the text option for this, honestly. Actually, I'll probably just do that. Hang on. That sounds like an idea. So, yes, these are sponsors and vendors, all right? Sponsors and vendors. Let me make this a little bit bigger here. There. Okay. So you got sponsors and vendors, and these sponsors and vendors are willing to pay money to the app. Oh, geez. Willing to pay money to the app. And unlike the user who wants to come in and make money, I'm gonna here. All right, the user's goal here is to make money. The sponsor does not mind losing money on this end because they're getting recognition from the user so that the user can go to the sponsor and they can make more money off of the user. So, like this. And that's how they end up making their money from the that's how they end up making their money, basically. They're willing to take the losses because they paid for advertising in this app. And with that payment, they can go, that's where the AMP program basically is. And that's where some of these offer walls are as well. Like a lot of the games that you see on the Atlas Arcade, as an example, they're paying for people to play their game in hopes that they will end up paying money in order to keep playing the game. Now, sometimes they are going to lose money to a user who is smart enough and understands enough what's going on here that they decide, oh, I can make money off of them, and then they'll never play. But there's a lot of people that use these apps that keep playing and end up keep spending money as well. Believe it or not. Not to mention that they also get an increase in downloads and an increase in total usage time playing the game in advertising like this, that then they can use that for people who are outside of Atlas Earth and show, hey, look at how many downloads we have. Look at how many, look at how much people are using our game. And that will indicate to other people basically to go and play their game if their game's not that bad or something like that. Now, sometimes, obviously, they're all kind of just merge games or puzzle games or idle games or stuff like that. And every once in a while, you'll get a real actual winner like Mech Arena, which Mech Arena is, for a beer money app game, is amazing. So, I'll give him my props for that. But yeah, this is how it works basically, and this is what Atlas Earth's ecosystem is like. So unlike the others, where you're basically, you're just trying to make money off of the land and all that, they have a backup in sponsors and vendors. And by the way, every beer money app acts like this. All right. They might not have this gamified version here available, but this part right here, this ecosystem that I'm showing you here, is literally what all beer money apps are like. You are paying to get advertising from other sponsors and other vendors. You are also paying for like input with surveys and other stuff like that. And so that's where the offer walls also comes in, and that's another segment here that I could probably put in an ecosystem here. But this is kind of the basis of what Atlas Earth is. And what I'm trying to explain to people is that, yes, unlike a lot of the other Web3 land apps that you saw back in the past that I have not been a fan of, and am glad that they didn't turn into, there are options here where other advertisers are fitting that bill, and you're making money off of that just like other beer money apps. There is almost no, the only difference between them and other beer money apps is that you are putting all the effort up front. All right? The effort that you put in up front so that you can just simply click a boost rent once an hour, or, 3 times a day, 2 times if you're, well, okay, it's 3 times, 4 times a day, depending. If you're a free-to-play player or an Explorer Club member, and you're making like, many, many cents per ad at that point, especially during the Super Rent Boost events. Like their Super Rent Boost events have been basically the basis of a lot of our earnings. And that's where they get also more sponsors and stuff like that as well. So they're able to, so that's how they can make their money. And that's how other people can make their money without having to spend a dime. Yes, there is effort in the front end. That's true. But guys, look, I've gotten a little bit tired of hearing Atlas Earth being a scam. Like, I feel like people use the term scam so loosely these days that the real scams can just get away with things by saying the things that they do. And it's ridiculous that I want to get us to a point here on this channel that we can actually identify what is a bad business practice, like some other of the land games are. Like I mentioned, this right here, this little thing here that is borderline Ponzi. I'm not going to lie to you, like this little system here. And then what is people actually trying to get you real, to actually making real money on this channel. Like I don't understand this. Look, I've gotten this criticism on my channel before too, that like a lot of the I get criticisms actually from both sides on this one. On one side, people tell me that I am reviewing and giving green lights to what they think are scams because they feel like that they shouldn't be, they feel like that rewards apps in general are scams because they don't understand how you can make money online at all. And then I got criticisms from people on the other side telling me that I am going crazy over just making $200, $300 a month when they can put their money into some meme crypto and they can make hundreds of thousands. Yeah, that's super high risk. This channel is about making low risk, low effort money just sitting in bed for 30 minutes. If I want to play Monopoly Go for 30 minutes a night or an hour a night, and before I go to sleep, and I can make $30, $40 off of it. I think I made like $100 off of Monopoly Go actually on free cash. But you get what I'm saying. It gets, so I'm trying to say that like with Atlas Earth, and for those of you that know that y'all know me, I don't even like being called the Atlas Earth guy. I don't see myself as a defender of Atlas Earth. All right. I'm aware that when I had my cameo at Cam Sandwich's YouTube channel for the worst board game of all time, talking about WWB, no less. Yeah, I know. That people would call me the Atlas Earth guy. I'm not the Atlas Earth guy. I'm a guy that likes numbers and using it to help you guys make money the way that I make money on these apps, which is trying to optimize my my money making skills on these beer money apps while still keeping it low effort. And I can tell you right now that Atlas Earth is one of the best beer money apps out there right now. It may not always be this way. You know, tomorrow they could just cut earnings in half and they wouldn't be so hot anymore. Okay? But at least in the United States, and international is a little bit more questionable. Non-US players, $5-6 a month, you can probably make it. I would say Atlas Earth, I'm almost tempted to say, although I need to talk to more international players, I'm almost tempted to say is probably a high blue tier internationally. But I'm going to say green because I have heard from others that, yeah, they do make less money there because advertising costs are less there. So $5-6 a month is quite a bit actually over there. So I'm going to keep it as green. So that's for international, but especially if you live in the US. Atlas Earth is one of the best beer money apps out there if you put the effort into it. Okay? And the thing is that's the key. You have to put in the effort. You have to do it now. And you see my simulated account. My simulation account has made over $200 in the last year and is going to be making $25 to $30 a month going forward. So if the feelings of Atlas Earth being a scam, if you feel like it's a scam, you know, if you feel like it's a scam or that it's unsustainable or something like that, but you still feel like you want to try out the game. Now, obviously, if you don't want to try out the game, then yeah, don't worry about it. But if you want to try out the game, then just try out the game and don't spend a dime. See how much money you can make off of it. Think of it as like you're just playing with house money here, you know? You want to know how quick it is to make money? You literally just, I'm quick to make money. Please don't clip that. You want to know how quick it is to get through with this game? Just open the app, do an ad, and then 30 minutes to an hour later, come back, do another ad. Just do it every single time you remember. That's what I do. You might get about 30 to 40 Atlas bucks a day doing that in the US, maybe half that if you're out of the US. That's literally what I do. I play very casually these days. And in about 6 months' time, you do that, do a little bit of mini games, do some of the challenges, do the daily logins. In about 6 months' time, I think that you'll be making about, I'd say $10, $15 a month, at least. Which is about equal to that of some of the higher tier beer money apps. Go a year, you'll be making $20, $25 a month. Which again, is better than some of the top tier beer money apps out there. So, and again, the difference is that you have to constantly put in that effort with the other apps, but you've already done the effort here up front. The effort is done up front in Atlas Earth. That is different from a scam. All right? A scam is you put in all the effort and they completely rug pull you. They literally just will not let you cash out, period. All right. The other Web3 apps are also, I don't really consider scams. I consider them just very bad business practices. And that's what we are about on this channel, is to identify what apps are good and what apps are bad. I'm not going to accuse anyone of being a scam until obviously they're a scam, because the reality is you won't know that they are an actual scam until it is too late. At least by the official definition of it, anyway. Or if basically if fraud charges are filed and they're convicted of fraud, basically. So that's why, that's why we don't talk about, I try my best to stay away from calling scams just any game, but especially Atlas Earth in particular, or I should say just any app, but Atlas Earth in particular has paid out so much, has done quite a bit for a lot of people, and has made a lot of money for others. And like I said, I may be an Explorers Club member. I'm only doing that for the channel. and I'm only doing the challenges if I feel like I can reach it that month. I'm still on a monthly basis on it. I'm not doing the challenges next month, by the way. Give you an idea, all right? I'm not even doing this challenge past next month. I canceled it already. So, again, if it is that you are worried that you're going to lose money on Atlas Earth, simply don't put down money, do all the free-to-play options, and I guarantee you, with enough effort, you'll be making money just like I have. Well, maybe not $80 a month, like in even a couple years, but like my sim account, 25 to 30 bucks a month within a year. And then all you have to do is just come back a few times a day to just let ads run, four to six ads every time, 6 to 8 ads, whatever. All right. I think that's pretty much all that I have to say about this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm already over my 20 minutes that I give myself for these limits for these rants, and like I said, I'm gonna keep doing these once a month. But this one, I felt like I was fine to go a little over because this is something I feel like I needed to talk about now and get off my chest now. I actually do have something planned for Atlas Earth that's pretty big, and we'll talk about that in the next video. Actually, the next video is going to talk about that this video is going to be incoming, but I'm making this video first today. But, yeah. I want y'all to know that Atlas Earth is legit. And although this is technically not a review of Atlas Earth, I give Atlas Earth a green tier. And the highest green tier out there. It's at the top tier level with free cash. Yeah, basically it's at the top tier level with those types, with free cash, with MTurk, and others like that. That's pretty much it, y'all. Yeah. See you at the brew. Bye, everybody.